Hi guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to use some basic scripting. Very basic, it's very self-explanatory, and yeah, you might need to use it a few times um, while you're creating visual effects. So let's create a new composition. Let's go for 23.967, no, 976 widescreen, and yeah, 30 seconds I think is a bit much, so let's change it to 15. Background color black, whatever you want. Name it scripting, and okay. Now I believe that the scripting is roughly based off JavaScript, if I'm not wrong, but I'm not too sure. So but anyway, if you're good with JavaScript, you should be quite good at the scripting. But actually, the stuff that we're doing today is very unrelated to JavaScript. It really isn't. Anyway, so create a new solid and name it particles or whatever you want. The color doesn't really matter because we're going to add a particle layer to it. So particles. I'm using the trial of After Effects, so I don't have CC Particle World, which is what I intended to use. But this should do. It's actually quite good, actually. Yeah. So Canon. Canon. This is kind of, well, if you're familiar with CC Particle World, the Canon is just basically the emitter. This is where all the particles are going to be coming from. And well, this isn't a tutorial on particles, but we're going to use this as an example for the wiggle function. So what I just did there was Alt and then click the stopwatch on the position, and see down here we are going to be able to put in our script. And so we're going to say wiggle bracket, let's go 3 for now. I'm not sure, it's a bit of trial and error. And let's go 5. Finished. Alright, I think we can go some more actually. Let's go 50. And so we can see this a little bit more clear. Let's see if we can. Let's change the direction. Let's put it that way. Alright, so as you could see before, it was the emitter, which is where everything was coming from, was staying still. And as I edited the position, I typed in wiggle, which means it kind of means like random, right? And then the first number after the bracket, that represents how many times you would like this function to happen per second. And then separated by a comma, the second number, which is 50, represents the distance. So could kind of call this the speed, and this the quantity. So let's change it to 100, and you can see it moves a lot more. And let's change this to 5, and should be moving quicker, which it is. So that's how you do that. Now this function you can probably apply to any of the factors in the whole of After Effects, I believe. Go barrel radius, which is going to change the radius, and well, I'm not going to do it right now, but it should have an effect kind of like this, just changing up, because it does go back and forth, doesn't just keep increasing. You can do it with anything. The velocity, how fast it goes, make that vary. The direction, let's do the direction actually. That one should be quite an interesting one. So Alt click, put it in again. I just copied and pasted it, and the direction is not really changing that much. Maybe let's go 1. I don't know, like the script works better for some than others. Yeah, the direction is kind of changing. It's not very noticeable. Let's change this to 20. Just all about playing around with it. Yeah, see, now you got particles going this way a little bit, but it's actually not changing that much. But anyway, let's move on to the next function I wanted to teach you. And for this delete particle playground, and let's go into turbulence noise, which you can find in the effects and presets. Drag that on, and I just thought that this would be a better example to use, because it's going to take up less rendering time on your computer. So as we did before, alt click, we're going to alt click evolution, and evolution, if you just play around with that and rotate it, you can see it just evolves. Basically it follows a mathematical function. It follows a mathematical function which tells it where to produce what. And so let's 0 0, alt click stopwatch. Let's go. Yeah, this time I'm going to be teaching you how to use the time effect, and this is just a nice and easy one. When it just basically helps you avoid creating keyframes, which can be quite annoying if you want something to go infinitively. So let's go type in times, so shift 8, and then your value. So the higher the value, the faster it's going to happen. The lower, the slower. So bit of unintentional rhyming happening, but anyway, let's go 100, and let's press play, and it's happening by itself. Maybe let's change the contrast so you guys can see it's a little bit better. And you can see it's, I don't know, kind of looks like some clouds. And so yeah, that just saves us from going, okay, come down here, click, create a keyframe, move down here, you know, twist it 3 times, you know, if I want to make some movement. But anyway, let's change this to 400. And I'll show you another example where that can be used. It's going to look ridiculous. And this, this is why I decided to use this particular tool instead of particles. But let's change contrast down to 0. If we go Alt, click, paste the same function. Maybe let's go a bit slower. Same thing's going to happen. It's just going to gradually increase in contrast. But yeah, it is definitely a useful tool. And yeah, I seem to use it quite a lot when I'm making visual effects. It seems to go, well, not this one, but the wiggle function seems to go extremely well with the any of the particle tools actually, for creating randomness and some quite nice effects. But I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you later. See you next time.